Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to do a postpartum question Q&A video, birth story type of thing. Basically all about my experience having the baby, how it's been talking about today. So let's go. Okay, so one of the first things that I've been asked, like postpartum related, is does it hurt? Like, does it hurt afterwards? And yes, it does obviously hurt after, but it's not like you're in pain. It's more like it's really uncomfortable because you're swollen. Depending on how your delivery goes, you might have stitches. Like I had a tear, it wasn't that big, but I did get a few stitches, so that was really uncomfortable. I couldn't really sit for a long period of time because it would hurt, or it would like feel swollen. Well, not feel swollen, it was swollen, but I would feel it. And yeah, so the first day, like right after, it was a lot harder. My body was like kind of numb. I needed help to get to the bathroom. I couldn't really stand up on my own. Peeing was really hard. Like I couldn't feel myself pee, so I would have to like sit there and just like look to see if I was peeing, and I would have to like press on my stomach to see if I had to pee anymore. Like you can't really like wipe or anything because it'll start hurting. You're obviously bleeding. The first day, like the first 2 days, I was bleeding a lot. Obviously, you know, they give you pads that are huge on and put the underwear on. I didn't use the hospital underwear, I used my own, but basically you put on the underwear, you put your pad on, go up, and that's pretty much it. And you kind of just have to like sit there and deal with it. If you're in a lot of pain, they'll give you pain medicine, and you do feel like cramps. They're kind of like mini contractions. Like after you have the baby, for like the first day, you'll feel like tight, like your stomach tightening. That's pretty much just, you know, everything has to go back to normal. Anyway, like I was saying, so something that has helped me a lot is I got the like numbing spray, and I use that every day, like 3 to 4 times a day, and also witch hazel. My back was hurting so bad, like I couldn't lay up, I couldn't lay down because it would hurt. I would have to like move around. It was basically like being pregnant all over again. I couldn't sleep. It was so hard to sleep because I would be in pain because of my back. Another question I had was, did your stomach go down? And it actually did a lot. The first day, like the first like 4 days, I still had like a little bit of a pouch. Like I kind of looked how I looked when I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant. That's how I looked. Like I still had a little pouch, still had a little belly. But after like the first week, it got pretty much flat. Like you can't tell that I had a baby. My feet got really swollen. My feet and legs got really swollen for about a week. Okay, so now on to the actual labor and delivery and birth process and all that stuff. So I actually went to the hospital not knowing that I was in labor, pretty much. So what happened was I was just home chilling, you know. So I went to the bathroom, whatever, and like I started bleeding, and I was like, I don't think that's like normal to be like bleeding, you know, when you're pregnant, or like at least not as much as I was. And I was 39 weeks and 3 days. So I remember I had a doctor's appointment like 2 days before this, and I remember my doctor saying like if your water breaks, if you have contractions, or if you start bleeding, just go to the hospital. So I remembered that, and I was like, okay, maybe I should go. Actually went to a different hospital. It's just a regular emergency room. Went in there. I told them like what had happened, that I was bleeding, how much it was, all this stuff. And when we got to that hospital, I started feeling like it wasn't contractions. Now that I know what contractions feel like, I know that that wasn't contractions. It was just like cramping. Like I would feel a little bit of pressure for like 2 seconds, and then it would like go away. So they checked me and everything, and my blood pressure, all that stuff that you do every time you go into the hospital. They checked all that. They took me into a room, and then they actually checked my dilation. So they checked if I was dilated, and I was actually dilated. I think it was like 4. It was like a 4 or 5. And then they told me, they were like, you're in early labor. And I was like, what? Like I really wasn't expecting to hear that. So I really wasn't expecting to hear that, like at all. Like I didn't think I was in any kind of labor or anything. I thought I was just bleeding, and I wanted to know why. Like tell me everything is okay. So he was like, oh yeah, like you're in early labor, so you're gonna have to transfer to the hospital where you're supposed to go. And they transferred us through an ambulance, since I was already like strapped up. I had the IV on, all that stuff. And while we were there for like an hour waiting for an ambulance to come to take me to the hospital where I'm supposed to deliver at. So in the process, like in that hour, was when I started feeling contractions. So the ambulance came, we rode in the ambulance, we got to the hospital. We were there for like another 30 minutes to an hour. They were again monitoring the baby, all that stuff. The midwife came in, and she did another like dilation test. So when she checked how dilated I was, I had actually went a little further. So I think I was like a 4 or like a 3 or 4 in the other hospital that we went to. And then when she checked, I was like at a 4 or 5. So we were kind of just waiting to see if I would have to stay or if I could go home for the night. So they came in, the midwife came in, she checked me, and she goes, yeah, you're in labor, we're gonna go get you a room. As soon as I heard like the actual words, you're in labor, I like not freaked out, but like I got really excited. I got scared because I wasn't like expecting it, I wasn't planning on it. So I was like, holy crap, like this is really happening, like this is for real happening. They checked how dilated I was like every 2 to 3 hours, I think. And then I started feeling my contractions more. I decided to get an epidural. Now, everyone that gets one is different. Your body reacts differently. Your body takes it different. It took like 30 minutes because the nurse that was doing it couldn't find like the right spot or whatever, so they had to call the doctor. They called the doctor. The doctor came in. He did it like that, like in 2 seconds. It stopped. Not stop the contractions, but stop the pain for like a good hour to 2 hours. I was feeling good. I was chilling. Like they were checking everything. They kept asking me like, are you in pain? Like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. Like I was chilling after that, you know, like I didn't feel anything really. The epidural only took my left side, so my left side was numb. I mean, my left leg was numb. That's it. And I started feeling the contractions again, and I was like, oh my god, I can feel them. And so I pressed the little machine to get more of the medicine like twice in like 30 minutes, and it wasn't doing anything at all. Like it just completely wore off, and my body did not want to take it anymore. So I just had, my left leg was completely dead. Like I could not move it, I couldn't feel it. If you lift it up and let it go, it would just blah. It was just my left leg. Everything else of my body I could feel. My right leg, my foot, my contractions, I felt. And I felt everything towards the end. So I felt the worst part of it. I felt every contractions that was coming. I felt it. I would, breathe through them, and it got so bad that like I was crying. They hurt so bad that like my eyes were watering. Like if I closed my eyes, my tears would come out. That's how bad it was. The doctor came in, the midwife came in, all those people came in, and the doctor broke my water, and then that's when I finally dilated to the 10. And then they came back in and they were like, you ready? It's time. So I did practice pushes for like 10 minutes. I waited like another 10 minutes, And then they were like, all right, you ready? Like the only way that your pain is gonna go away is if you push this baby out. So I was like, all right, let's do this. I'm ready. I did the practice pushes. They came back in, got all the stuff ready, put my legs up, and they were like, ready? Let's go. I started pushing. I was pushing for like 20 minutes, and then she came out, and as soon as she came out, everything went away. All the pain went away, my stomach went away, like everything went away, and I felt completely normal. I was happy. I was like in love with her. They gave her to me. Like, I was freaking like, I didn't even know what to do. Like it's such an amazing moment when you see something that you've created for 9 months come out and be there in front of you, and it was a beautiful moment. It's been 2 weeks and I love her. I am in love with her. I honestly, even though yes it is painful, it's like such a good and rewarding pain once you see them come out, and honestly I want to go back and do it again. Just the moment is like you have to experience to know how it feels. But that's pretty much it. That was my journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are ready for mommy videos now that will be up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.